Hi, this is Qiang from Hope Adventure.
This is Dan from Vagabond Awake.
Welcome back to my channel. And in this video, we want to talk about that's the bigger challenge of traveling, slow traveling for 6 years.
Yeah, we met in Malaysia in 2016, and we've been traveling the world now for 6 years.
Yeah, we start traveling on 2017. Yeah, I'm not met him and then jump with him to travel. No, I take 1 year to see how he's look like and how his behavior, is it good or not?
Yeah, I was going back to Kuala Lumpur 5 or 6 times that first year.
Every month, come on.
And we got to know each other pretty well before we started traveling.
Yeah, we've been travel 2 times, around. Yeah, we travel to Langkawi Islands and we travel to Hanoi.
Hanoi and Bali.
Oh, and Bali 3 times.
Yeah, we went to Bali for Christmas or New Year's or something. Yeah.
So
all in that first year before we started traveling.
So let's get into the topic.
Yeah.
I have 6 big challenges to share that's for the slow travel, both of us together.
Right.
So it's quite personal thing.
Yeah, so let's define slow travel first.
Okay.
So slow travel to us means that we're traveling around the world, but we don't go here, 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 like a jet setter or something. What we do is we go to one part of the world or even one country. We travel in that country before we go anywhere else. And then we go to the next door country, which just might be a train ride or a van ride. And we travel around there. And then another. And once we've completed all the countries on that continent, then we go to another continent. So we're not like these big jet setters.
Yes.
We actually slow travel the world.
Yeah. So the first point is planning and the path. So God's people will be like, how to plan, where to go, where to eat, where to stay,
Yeah.
and how the transportation.
Yeah. It's a lot of planning.
Yeah.
Because you're planning not only where to live in one place, where to eat in the one place, but then you're planning where to go next and where to go after that. And so you're planning order of travel. There's all sorts of planning involved with it. So it's quite a challenge.
It's very challenging because sometimes your partners they think that they want to go to this island and then they're like, oh, it's so easy, we go that. But they don't do the research. So you have to do the research. Wow, you have to take 6-hour bus and then you have to change to the ferry boat for 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then you have to get on the tricycle or anything to get in for 1 hour. So do you want to make that one?
What a thoughtless travel partner she has, huh?
Yeah, so it's quite challenging. So sometimes we have arguing that we have to come out that agree that it is the next destination we want to go and how is it. So quite challenging.
And we have the luck of having you as our listeners that helps us plan the path of where we want to go. Because you guys are always emailing us, say, well, you're in this city now, you should check out this one.
Oh, yeah,
and make sure to go to this other country over here before you leave that part of the world. So a lot of our path you guys help us with. And so it eliminates some of the negotiating by listening to you.
Yeah, the second one is the apartment. Oh, it's very big a challenge, very, very. Because we love to be cook ourselves and also will be reduce our cost of living.
Yeah. So
sometimes you don't have the luck to find a apartment or the room with a private kitchen or shared kitchen or whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah. So it will reduce our cost of living and also that healthy food. Yeah. Because it's not all the place they are selling the healthy food all the time, or you will get bored eating the same restaurant for 1 week, right?
Right. Or you miss home food and you want to cook some home food, or you want to learn about the dishes in that country.
Yes.
Bring them back and cook them in your own kitchen, so you learn something new about that culture.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's great to have a kitchen, and when you can't have a kitchen, it's okay for a few days, maybe even 4 or 5 days. But if you go a week or 2 without a kitchen...
No, we went for a week without kitchen.
Yeah, we have before, but I don't like it.
No, I don't like it.
I like to make coffee when I want. I want to make what I consider to be healthy food.
Yeah.
And I want to control our costs better.
Yeah.
And we both feel that way, so we'd love a kitchen.
Yeah, that's true. So move to the third point is that being together for 24 hours, 7 days. Wow. It's very exhausting, trust me. For the first 2 years, it's exhausting because I used to have my own time. Even back then, I have a partner, boyfriends. I will have my own time to go out to meet my friend the whole day, a weekend, separate,
Yeah.
It's very healthy that way. So
right. And when you're slow traveling the world and you're in a country where you don't have friends,
Yes.
you have to figure out other ways to do that.
Yeah.
So I go to the gym in the morning and I work out.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll go for walks.
And I'm doing meditation in the morning,
Yeah.
and also I go to do my manicure, pedicure, my hair treatment, my
Right.
massage treatment. That's make me relax.
And when one of us just needs time alone, we just go. Hey, I'm gonna go to the mall. I'll see you later.
Yes, yes. And also that if we in the country which is available, that sometimes it's for me to go back to visit my family, or Dan to go back to visit his family.
Yeah. And that's one of the nice things when a friend drops in or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll have some alone time with my friend,
yeah.
and Chung will get alone time doing what she's doing when I'm with my friend. That's another great way.
Yeah, like in Bali, your friend came to visit you. I was so happy. I said, go with your friend. You don't want to come home, so no problem. Just go.
Yeah, so you have to think about alone time when you're slow traveling with someone. It doesn't matter how much you enjoy your time together. You need time apart.
Yeah, it's more healthy. So, any Dan friends who want to visit Dan, come. Please come. You can take away him.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And Chung's friends too. Please come.
Yeah, they do. I have friends who come in to visit me also
Of course.
in Bali.
Yeah.
It's very fun. The next one is a culture shock. That's very, very important. And it's still, in our relationship, it still is bigger challenge.
Yeah, we're from different cultures.
Yeah, I'm from Asian culture, this is Western culture.
Yeah.
Your freedom of speech is not applied to Asian culture.
Yeah.
Some country, you know.
Yeah. It's anytime you take two people from different cultures and you put them together, they're going to be thinking and assuming things that you're not.
Yeah.
And so you have to talk through those things, work through those things,
Yeah.
or strangle each other, one of the two.
I tell you, a lot of the Dan joke, I don't understand. Sometimes I just like, oh, you finished that joke? Okay, oh, it's very funny, huh?
Yeah.
And sometimes when I'm telling the joke, that he also didn't get it because the cultural difference.
Yeah, and you grew up in different countries. You have different reference points. They may not know the music you loved as a child, or in Chung's case, they do, of course. In Asia, they're very into Western music, so movies, TVs, they know a lot of that stuff. But more other things, political, other things more historical, they may not know, of course. They have their own history, they have their own culture, their own foods. And so a lot of stuff you spend more time explaining, or you just give up and say, it is what it is. We're just not the same that way.
And thank God we passed through the pandemic time. A lot of people break out from the pandemic time.
Yeah, it's true.
That's very funny. Well,
whether or not they're from the same culture.
Yes, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing how to say. It doesn't apply to the culture. It's about personal thinking and the mindsets. You know.
Yeah, culture is just one part of a relationship, right?
Yeah.
But you may have the same or different. So.
That is well saying that to the next one is we call as a common goal.
Common goal, yeah.
So because of the YouTube, it brings us that we have a purpose to be worked out together. Yeah.
Like I was talking about earlier when we were talking about planning where to go next, what to do when you're in a place. A lot of that springs out of our common goal, which is sharing the world with you guys, and writing retired cheap reports, showing you what an apartment looks like, what restaurant looks like, what things cost, coming up with cost of living, things to do, cultural differences, all of that stuff that we do often comes out of questions that we get from you guys in email or under our YouTube videos. Chung has a channel, Hobo Ventures. There's mine, Vagabond Awake. And then we have these retired cheap reports on Vagabond Buddha that I write. That and you guys come up with questions. What about this? What about that? And so that drives a lot of what we do. It's kind of our common purpose. Yeah. And the other thing, it solves problems that some other people that might be slow traveling might have that we don't have. Which, for example, who pays for things? The business that we're creating, our channels and the income from the memberships, is paying our travel expenses. So we don't have to worry really about who's paying for what. And so that's one of the things we don't have to overcome that some people do. Yeah. So about the common goal that Dan did share about that. What will we do when we don't have we don't need to create a video for the YouTube for this?
what is the purpose that we be slow travel?
Yeah, we don't have that question because we discovered it early in our relationship, and we're enjoying it. We enjoy the questions you're giving. It makes us think. We enjoy the towns you tell us to go to and the foods you tell us to eat and the questions you have because often we've solved them already, or we go figure it out because if you asked a question we never even thought of before. And so kind of this common purpose we have sort of drives us forward. And having a purpose when you get up in the morning kind of makes a big difference.
It make a big difference.
Yeah. And it also has its challenges. It often has you, maybe sometimes we work more than we want to.
Yeah, we do, because right now that I have my own channel and then have your own channel, and we do our own editing video. So we both are making our own video.
Yeah.
So it's get busy sometimes.
Yeah, we get busy, busier than we'd like to be sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be better than if we didn't have any purpose. If we were just getting up in the morning, wow, we're in a new city. What do you want to do? Yeah, let's check out the museums. Let's check out restaurants. Let's go for a walk on the beach, ride our bikes, and all that sort of thing. I don't know. I think then you'd start to wonder, well, where are we going next? Like, if we don't have that purpose of providing retired chief reports and what cities and teaching you guys about slow travel and doing all this stuff, I don't know. I'm not sure we it might be harder to figure out what country to go to next, how long to stay in each place. Some of those things might be harder to answer.
Yes, so that is a bigger challenge that we have during our 6-year slow travel together.
Yeah.
It's still fun.
Yeah. Hey, we just finished a video on my channel called The 8 Uncomfortable Truths About Retiring Overseas. It's up here in the right-hand corner. Click that and watch it now.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.